our channel. Hello friends, subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon for the latest update. Today we're gonna start with your quantitative aptitude class, and that has been the class is your 119th class of the session. As you know that we had done your 118th class in the last session, and even though we had started with your ratio and proportion, and that's what we have to continue with as well. On the same behalf of it, we'll be continuing this, which has been your arithmetical ability. In that we had done your operations on numbers, SCF and LCF of numbers, decimal fraction, simplification, square roots and cube roots, problems on numbers, problems on ages, certain indices, percentage, profit and loss. And now that has been the 12th topic, which has been the ratio and proportion here. Before starting with this, it's a huge request to all the viewers to please go ahead with like, share and subscribe to our channel, so that many and maximum people can get the information at once, and you can also enjoy the video as well. Coming towards it, we will start discussing. We had done in the last classes the 6th question. We'll start discussing about the 7th question of the session as well. The question we have: divide rupees 1162 among ABC in the ratio 35, ratio 28, ratio 20. So we go for the same here. Divide rupees 1162 among A, B, C in the ratio 35, ratio 28, ratio 20. So we go for the same, and that we talk about it. Sum of the ratio terms that is being equals to 35 plus 28 plus 20 equals to 83. So A's share equals to rupees 1162 into 35 upon 83, which is equals to rupees 490. For B's share equals to rupees 1162 into 28 upon 83 equals to rupees 392. Coming towards C's share equals to rupees 1162 into 20 upon 83, which is equals to rupees 280. That we get as an answer, and that's what even though we have to talk about it. Now we'll talk about it as being the 8th question of the session, and of course that is the important one of here. The question we have here: a bag contains 50 paisa, 25 paisa and 10 paisa coins in the ratio 5:9:4, amounting to the rupees 206. Find the number of the coins of each type here. That we have to talk about it, so let's find it out. A bag contains 50 paisa, 25 paisa and 10 paisa coins in the ratio 5:9:4, that amounting to rupees 206. Find the number of coins of each type. And that for that same we have to talk about it. Let the number of 50 paisa, 25 paisa and 10 paisa coins be 5x 9x and 4s respectively. Then 5x by 2 plus 9x by 2, 4 plus 4x by 10 equals to 206. So 50x plus 45x plus 40, that has been, we have your which have been representing, that has been 50x and 45x plus 8x equals to 4120. For the same, it will be your equals to 103x equals to 4120, which is equals to x is equals to 40 here. Now number of 50 paisa coins, number of 50 paisa coin equals to 5 into 40, which is equals to 200. Number of 25 paisa coin, nine into 40, which is equals to 360. Now number of 10 paisa coins, equals to 4 into 40, that is when equals 4 4s are 16. It will be 160 here. Now we talk about for the another one, and which is being the next we talk here as another question, and that is being the 9th question of the session. The question is, a mixture contains alcohol and water in the ratio 4:3. If 5 liter of water is added, to the mixture, the ratio becomes 4:5. Find the quantity of alcohol in the given mixture. So for the same, it will be like the quantity of alcohol and water be 4x liters and 3x liters respectively. Then 4x upon 3x plus 5 equals to 4 upon 5, which is 20x equals to 4, 3x plus 5 equals to 8x equals to 20, and x is equals to 2.5. Now quantity of alcohol equals to 4 into 2.5 liters equals to 10 liters. Okay, this has been the ninth question here. Now we talk about the 10th question. That is of course been important one. So we go for the same. 10th question is, if A ratio B equals to 5 ratio 7, B ratio C equals to 6 ratio 11, then A ratio B ratio C is, the option is your 55 ratio 77 ratio 66, 30 ratio 42 ratio 72. The next ratio is 35 ratio 49 ratio 42, and the next is of course your none of these. So we go for the same here, and so we'll find it out for this, then we go for the same. Here we go by solving it out. So we go for the same here, that is being 10th question. It will be A ratio B ratios, that is being A ratio B equals to 5 ratio 7, B ratio C equals to which is 6 ratio 11, that is being 6 into 7 upon 6, 6 being 6, cancel it out, and ratio 11 to 7 upon 6, that is being equals to 7 ratio 77 upon 6. So A ratio B ratio C equals to 5 ratio 7 ratio 77 upon 6 equals to 30 ratio 42 ratio 77. So here we go. Now we talk about for the 11th question here, which has been the important one. Let's find it out for the same. The 11th question is, if A ratio B equals to 3 ratio 4. That we talk about this, that has been the 11th question. We go for the same. It's been 3 ratio 4, and B ratio C is equals to 8 ratio 9, and then A ratio C is this. We have to talk about it. And the options is 1 ratio 3, 3 ratio 2, 2 ratio 3, and 1 ratio 2 as well. And that of course we have to find it out. And let's go for the same here. We solve it out one by one, which is A by B equals to 3 by 4, B by C equals to 8 by 9, equals to A upon C, which is equals to A upon B into B upon C. So B and C being cancel it out. So well, we'll go further. We'll put the value 3 by 4 into 8 by 9, and you know very well that 3 ones are 3, 3 threes are 9, 4 ones are 4, 4 twos are 8. It will be 2 by 3. It will give you A ratio C equals to 2 ratio 3 that we have. Now we talk about for the next, and that we have here has been the 12th question of the session, and so we go for the same here. The question we have, if A ratio B is equals to 8 ratio 15, B ratio C equals to 5 ratio 8, and C ratio D equals to 4 ratio 5, then A ratio D is equal to, options is 2 ratio 7, 4 ratio 15, 8 ratio 15, 15 ratio 4. So we find it out for the same. So A upon B equals to 8:15, and that is being B ratio or C equals to 5:8, and C ratio D is equals to 4:5 that we have. So for the same, it will be A upon D equals to A upon B into B upon C into C upon D, and which is being equals to 8 upon 15 into 5 upon 8 into 4 upon 5. 5 being cancelled by 5 here, 8 being cancelled by 8 here. Okay, and 4 and 15 will be not being cancelled it out, so it will be 4.15 that we get as an answer here as well. Now we find that the ratios we'll get is your A ratio D, which is equals to 4:15. Okay, now we find it out for the next, and that has been the 13th question of the sessions here. And so we have here 13th question of the session. The question is, if A ratio B ratio C equals to 2:3:4, then A upon B, B upon C, and C upon A is equal to, which is being asked in SSC examination paper. The options is 4:9:16, 8:9:12, 8:9:16, and 8:9:24. So we find for the same here, let A equals to 2x, B equals to 3x, and C equals to 4x. Then A upon B equals to 2x upon 3x, and which is equals to 2/3. B upon C is equals to 3x upon 4x, it will cancel 3 upon 4, and C upon A equals to 4x upon 2x, it's been cancelled, 2 1 2, 2 2 4, it will be 2 upon 1. So A upon B ratio B upon C ratio C upon A, 2 upon 3 ratio 3 upon 4 ratio 2 upon 1 equals to 8:9:24. Now we find it out for the next question, and that is being your 14th question of the session here. So we talk about for the same here, and so that we go. As I told you, this has been the question has been asked in SSC examination paper, so that has been of course important one. We'll talk about 14th question here. If A ratio B equals to 1 upon 2 ratio 3 upon 8, and B ratio C So here we go for the V ratio C, that is equals to 1.3 ratio 5.9, and C ratio D is equals to 5.6 ratio 3.4. Then the ratio A ratio B ratio C ratio D is, so that is the options we have: 4:6 ratio 8:10, 6:4 ratio 8:10, 6:8 ratio 9:10, and 8:6 ratio 10:9 here, and that we talk about it. So let's find it out, and that what we have to discuss here. So here we go for the same, and that will be as follows. C ratio D 5:6 3.4, it will be equals to 10:9. So for the same, it will be that we go for the, and that we have to talk about it. So here we go. This has been 1 ratio 3 by 5 by ratio 9. This is 3 ratio 5. 3 ratio D is 5, 6, 3, 4. That is 10 ratio 9. Now 4 ratio 3. B ratio C equals to 3 ratio 5. And C ratio D is equals to 5 ratio 9 by 2. So A ratio B ratio C ratio D equals to 4 ratio 3 ratio 5 ratio 9 by 2 equals to 8 ratio 6 ratio 10 ratio 9. 4 to the 8, 4 3 the 3 to the 6, and 5 to the 10, and then it will be 9. So it will be giving you the ratio here. Now we go for the next, and that we talk about it, which has been another important question, and that has been your the 15th question of the sessions here. So for the same, it will be if A ratio B equals to 2 ratio 3, B ratio C equals to 4 ratio 5, and C ratio D is equals to 6 ratio 7, then A ratio, B ratio, C ratio, D for the C, and that what we'll have to talk about it here. So for options is 16 ratio 12, 22 ratio 30 ratio 35, 16 ratio 24 ratio 15 ratio 35, 16 ratio 24 ratio 30 ratio 35, and 18 ratio 24 ratio 30 ratio 35. And that's what we'll talk about. It has been asked in your SSC examination paper. That is been the important one, so you'll find out the solutions for the same. A ratio B ratio 3, B ratio C equals 3.4 ratio 4 ratio 3.4. You guys, that will cancel here. 13.4. C ratio D equals to 6 upon ratio 7. 6 into 15 upon 24. Ratio 7 into 18 upon 24. So which is being equals to 15 ratio 4 ratio 3 35 ratio 8. So A ratio here that we have B, that we talk about it, and A ratio B ratio C ratio D equals to 2 ratio 3 ratio 15 upon 4 ratio 35 upon 8 equals to 16 ratio 24 ratio 30 ratio 35 here, that we talk here, and that what we'll have to find it out as well. So here we're gonna end up with this, and we'll start discussing about moreover the next questions in the next coming classes as well. Other than this, we talk about it. So yes, we have to talk about many more questions related to it here, and this is being the important one as well. We'll continue with 120th question of the sessions in the next coming class. And other than quantitative aptitude, here we had done many more questions related to it. We had done your sociology, we had done software engineering, we had done your which has been the chemistry for class 11th, and that we had done your class 12th. We had started for part 2 for class 11th, part 2 for chemistry and CRT we had started with, which has been the unit 8 is your redox reaction. You can see that from the playlist as well. And other than that, we had started with class 12th chemistry as well, that you can see from it, from the playlist as well. In that we had done unit 1, unit 2, unit 3, unit 4, unit 5, unit 6, unit 7, unit 8, unit 9 with the convergence, logarithms and antilogs. After talking about that, yes, we had done your physics. We had started for class 11, that has been we had done your unit 1, which has been the physical world, unit 2 which has been units and measurement we are dealing here. and that is also been the NCRT. We are dealing with ER diagram. We had started with English vocabulary. We had done your PHP interview questions, and we are dealing with general knowledge and important facts about the countries as well. Even though we had done your reasoning, in that we had done general mental ability in the logic reasoning of verbal reasoning, and in non-verbal reasoning we had done series analogy, classification, analytical reasoning, mirror image, water image, embedded figure, completions of incomplete pattern, figure matrix, paper folding, paper cutting, group detection, grouping of identical figures, cubes and dice, dot situation, constructions of squares and triangles, figure formation, analysis and practice question set as well. Coming towards quantitative aptitude, before that we are dealing with CBNST as well, that is in the computer-based numerical and statistical technique. In that we had done your unit 1, unit 2 and unit 3 we are dealing with. We'll surely been started with unit 4 and we'll be ending it up soon as well. In terms of quantitative aptitude, here we had started with the arithmetical ability. In that you had done operations on numbers, justification of numbers, decimal fractions, simplification, square roots and cube roots, averages, problems on numbers, problems on ages, sorts and indices, percentage, profit and loss, ratio and proportion. We are dealing with 12th topic. After completing that, we are dealing with partnership, chain rule, time and work, pipe and system, time and distance, problems on trains, goods and steams, allegations of mixture, simple interest, compound interest, logarithm, area, volume and surface area, races and games of skills, calendar, clock, stocks and shares, permutations and combinations. After talking about that, we deal with probability to discount, bankers discount, height and distance, and odd man odd series. In section 2, which is in the data interpretation, we have to cover up the tabulations, bar graphs, pie charts, and line graphs here. So we're gonna end up with this, and it's a huge request to all the viewers to please go ahead with like, share, and subscribe our channel so that many and maximum people can get the information at once, and even though you can also enjoy the video as well. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up and give a suggestion in the comment box. Thank you.